the 2010 Toyota Corolla XRS I picked up. The engine's pretty dirty. You know, if you're gonna flip a car, you want the engine to be clean. So to get all this kind of stuff off, if you don't have a good, something like this will even work. See how it lifts the grease? And then you just take a brush and agitate a little bit. And then rinse it off. With even a hose will work if you don't have anything. I happen to have a steamer that I'm going to use to steam it off. It helps get the grease off. I have another degreaser too I'm going to use, but this is just going to start loosening things up. The hoses too look great. You want to get the hoses clean. It really helps to make the engine compartment look a lot nicer. I may or may not take the battery out to do this. So I'll let that sit for a bit. Just another tip too, I like to disconnect the battery. I was going to remove the battery anyways, just to get in and around, make it easier. But when you're cleaning an engine, good idea to disconnect the battery anyways, to keep from shorting things out. Another pro tip. Or amateur tip, whatever you want to call me. When I do the engine, I also like to do the door jambs too. I'll brush all the crap out of the way, the loose dirt, and spray right in there with your degreaser and your cleaner, whatever. Clean door jambs also help to make a car look a lot nicer. When you open the door, it's just nice and clean in there. And it helps when you're selling a car to make this thing look as beautiful as possible. And it only takes another 5, 10, 20 minutes, whatever it takes. I see the benefit. And underneath the door here, there you go. 2010 Toyota Corolla XRS, 5-speed. I'm gonna be tinting all the windows. The back 5%, the front 50%. I'm gonna be polishing the headlights, removing the clear bra, and then polishing the whole car, and doing an interior detail and ceramic coat it, and change the wheels. And there we go. So stick around and let's see this Corolla transform. Thank you. There's a couple different ways to do the windows here. I take the gasket here, and you can either remove the door panel to get the tint underneath this little lip, or some of them I just push the gasket down and basically turning it inside out. I just use the tip of my knife to do this. There we go. And then when you're all done, just roll the window all the way down and all the way back up, all the way down and then back up again, and the gasket will flip up by itself. It saves a little bit of time there. You don't have to remove the door panels.
First startup on 2010 Corolla after changing the tensioner and the oil change. Here we go. That was great. There was no rattle, nothing.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, shut her down. Now just fill it up with oil and check the level, and we're done and ready for test drive. 2010 Toyota Corolla XRS, 150,000 kilometers. Dealer says the oil pump is gone and you need to pull the engine and put a new oil pump on it. So I picked this car up for what I thought to be a good deal, and hoping that we don't have to pull the engine out. I'm guessing that it's the oil pressure setting unit switch. The timing chain is rattling and the oil light keeps flashing on, and they say that is because it rattles 3 3,000 RPM to 4,000 RPM, and the oil light comes on in the dash, and I'm guessing that that is just the oil sending unit switch is wrong. They replaced it because of an oil leak, and as soon as they replaced it, it started coming on. They convinced the customer that it was because the oil pump was gone. I believe different. So if I'm right, I got a good deal on a car. If I'm wrong, I need a new engine for this Corolla. I found it easier to take the wheel off and access the crankshaft here so you can turn over the engine with a wrench to loosen up the timing chain and to set the timing tensioner. This is what I found, why the car is not building oil pressure. Right here, this was in where the filter goes. I don't know how or why they did it intentionally, but this is why the vehicle's not building pressure and why the oil light's coming on.
And look at, if you recognize that from something, like it's obviously...
I think they jammed it in there because as soon as it came out of the shop, they told them that the oil pump was gone.
Yeah.
And this is what feeds the oil pump.